and many achieved remission in as little as 4 weeks.
Humira can lower your ability to fight infections, including tuberculosis. Serious, sometimes fatal infections and cancers, including lymphoma, have happened, as have blood, liver, and nervous system problems, serious allergic reactions, and new or worsening heart failure. Before treatment, get tested for TB. Tell your doctor if you've been to areas where certain fungal infections are common, and if you've had TB, hepatitis B, are prone to infections, or have flu-like symptoms or sores. Don't start Humira if you have an infection.
Be there for you and them. Ask your gastroenterologist about Humira. With Humira, remission is possible.
Well, I'll tell you what. As I've said, I wanted to stay uninvolved. But when everybody sees what's going on in the Justice Department, I always put justice now with quotes, it's a very, very sad day. Jeff Sessions recused himself, which he shouldn't have done, or he should have told me. Even my enemies say that Jeff Sessions should have told you that he was going to recuse himself, and then you wouldn't have put him in. He took the job, and then he said, I'm going to recuse myself. I said, what kind of a man is this?
That was President Trump with an exclusive interview with Fox News. And now Attorney General Jeff Sessions is firing back in this statement. I took control of the Department of Justice the day I was sworn in, which is why we have had unprecedented success at effectuating the president's agenda. One that protects the safety and security and rights of the American people, reduces violent crime, enforces our immigration laws, promotes economic growth, and advances religious liberty. While I am Attorney General, the actions of the Department of Justice will not be improperly influenced by political considerations. I demand the highest standards, and where they are not met, I take action. However, no nation has a more talented, more dedicated group of law enforcement investigators and prosecutors than the United States, end quote. Now, I read some of that as it was breaking just moments ago. Let's talk deeper about this conversation because it feels like this just got more heated. Republican Senator Mike Rounds of South Dakota joins me now. Senator Rounds, does this take it up a notch between the president and the Attorney General?
I'm not sure if it takes it up a notch or not. That'll be determined. But I agree with former Senator Sessions, Attorney General Sessions. Look, this man has very high standards. President Trump made the right choice when he selected him in the first place. I really don't think the president needs to second guess himself in this particular case. Jeff Sessions is the right man for the job. We worked with him for 2 years. He's the real deal. He's quiet, but I can tell you he's also stubborn, and he's going to do what he thinks is right, and his principles are very strong.
Should Jeff Sessions have told the president before taking the job, I should say former Senator Jeff Sessions, before taking the job as Attorney General, should he have told the president that he would recuse himself from the Russia investigation?
Well, it depends on whether or not he knew the facts at the time. Look, I think if Senator Sessions at that time was aware that it might very well be a conflict of interest, if he had the opportunity, I think he may very well have said, look, you have to understand that I have to recuse myself in some situations. On the other hand, I think Senator Sessions would have assumed that everybody would expect him to recuse himself if he is part of an ongoing investigation. And, you know, look, he's been an attorney for years. He's been a prosecutor. He's been a United States Senator. He understands the expectations of an elected official and an appointed official.
How was he not up here at the beginning of the year? What did he do the first 2 months of the minor league season that said, okay, he's ready? 2-1.
Why I really like him is the simple fact that he uses the whole field.
Yeah, I agree with that.
It just makes you that much harder to defend against.
Who's outside the swamp. He's outside.
And it's not just, you know, a single between the shortstop and third base. I mean, it's opposite field, 20 rows back.
As you pointed out, Jeff Sessions is an accomplished attorney. I mean, he gets it. Was it not also his duty to counsel the president as he was moving between jobs? Just to say, as you
it's reminiscent of when this guy came up for a period of time for a franchise to have two teenagers come up and have an impact like that.
It's a fair question, but I don't know. I can tell you that.
And it's just so weird to think about. I mean, you have kids that are older, but I look at my son Teg, who's 12 years old. And I couldn't imagine him in 7 years being here. In 7 years. It's just so hard for me to grasp that in my head.
Jeff Sessions is a man of very high
because of how
standards.
young he is.
Right. The president made the right choice when he chose Jeff Sessions for his
I've watched a lot of
when you
college
say
baseball
he's the
the last
right
few
man
years.
for the job, I understand it to be like that list that he gave of accomplishments, as he said, effectuating
Including
the
my
president's
son.
agenda. But is it
He's
also,
21.
in your opinion, that he's the right man for the job?
This kid's
overseeing
19.
all that's going on with an investigation that he's recused himself from? Should there be somebody else in that position alongside
think of
him
her kid,
that
I still think of my 12-year-old as my little baby boy.
The nice
and then you think, well, in 7 years, he's
that
in the
when
big
he
leagues.
recuses
It's like,
himself,
what?
another individual who is a professional will step in and will take responsibilities. That's occurred within the Department of Justice. Look, that process is going to continue on regardless of who the Attorney General is. It needs to for the good of the country and for the good of the president. We want this to come to a conclusion. We want it to not start over again. We don't want to go through everything that's been out there already. We want this to be complete, and we think the American people do too.
From a Phillies standpoint,
I think this is better for
Noah,
the president,
through 25 starts this
the
year,
best thing for the country
has allowed 40 earned runs in 162 innings of work.
The way that they're supposed to.
According to Elias, that's the lowest ERA by a Philly through 25 starts.
You know, there are accusations of bias inside the FBI and via text messages.
Lowest ERA
that
through
gone
25
back and forth,
starts since
between two agents. I don't have to go too far down the road.
1964,
and then you have
when the great
Justice
Chris
Department
Short
official Bruce Orr,
had an earned run
married to
average
a
of
woman who was
1.97.
working at the company that that helped put together the anti-Trump dossier. So when you look at all of this, are you confident that Attorney General Jeff
Percentage
Sessions
points
could step
lower
in
than
there
Doc's
with one of his employees at the
2010 numbers.
DOJ and make sure that there's no bias against this president? Does the recusal frustrate his ability to do that? Last question.
And a foul tip, strikeout number 4 for Aaron Nola.
Which was occurring
2 outs here in the second.
But under a previous administration.
And then when you think he's going to throw you the curveball or bounce one,
that I think Jeff Sessions will
he challenges you with a fastball, is enough giddy up to get it by you.
And they have to be enforced. Jeff understands it. He's the right guy for the job. I'll just tell you, I don't agree with everything that Jeff has for opinions either. But I know this one, he is a principled individual.
Here's Defoe. Defoe has 5 hits against Aaron.
That's what the president needs as an attorney general.
Shocking.
Right now. He believes in this president as well.
But I think Wilmer Defoe is going to be one of those guys, if he keeps playing, where we're going to come into a series against him and look at his overall batting average and say,
absolutely right.
How do they get him out?
Rounds of the great state
Because
of South
against
Dakota.
the Phillies, he
Thank you
seems to
very
be a
much. Great
different
to see you
player.
today.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
It happens.
We're awaiting a FEMA update on Hurricane Lane.
It's kind of strange, but it happens.
We take a look at the big board. It's a monster storm, Cat 4.
One thing the Nats do love about Defoe is his energy. He brings it every day.
Officials are urging people who live there to stockpile 2 weeks worth of food and water. Let's go to senior correspondent Adam House.
Ground ball to second base. Cesar is up with it after taking a step or 2 to his right.
Yeah, Harris, we're getting some rain bands coming through here this morning. You talk about the hurricane.
The 1-2-3 inning for Aaron. So Nola sets them down in order.
The good news this morning here is that it seems to be weakening, and that's what forecasters here in the islands keep talking about. Having said that, even though it's weakening, and obviously the wind shear, which we'll hear more from forecasters throughout the day, especially when this next update comes, is helping knock it down. We're still going to get significant rain here. In fact, just 25 miles to my right, to my east, basically the Big Island, is getting pounded right now on the east side. So where Hilo's located, gets a lot of rain there anyways. They've gotten more than 12 inches in some places, while on the west side they have got less than a quarter inch. So it tells you how unpredictable this storm is as it continues to sit there. Now those waves, that rain that's coming down in the Big Island has prompted people really throughout the Hawaiian Islands the last 2 or 3 days to prepare. That's the other word being used here, is preparation. They don't get a lot of storms like this. They do get a lot of rain. So people here did take the warnings. The stores have been packed the last couple of days. We were there yesterday morning when we got our supplies. There were enough supplies here for people to have. They are telling people to prepare for possibly as long as 14 days, again, depending if this storm remains big and hits us. Take a listen to the mayor of Maui, one of the officials here, telling people to get prepared and don't take anything for granted. Take a listen.
Here on Maui, there's been a run on virtually all the grocery stores, and we're hoping that we're able to restock. We haven't really faced a hurricane of this magnitude in as far as history as I can remember. It's going to be a new experience for everybody if it maintains its current strength.
And back here live on Maui, the rain has stopped for the moment. The seas are as calm as we've seen them in 24 hours, but we expect that all to change, Harris, throughout the day as those bands break off and this storm starts to really pound the island.
For all the info, and please submit your answer on the subject line. Ben, the question is this: who are the 3 home run derby winners that won in their home
the immigration debate heating up
who are
after
the
an
3
illegal
home run
immigrant
derby
is charged
winners
with the
that
murder
won
of
in
Molly
their
Tibbetts?
ballpark?
What the suspect's employer is saying about
Answer
it.
will be
Stay
revealed
close.
a little later on.
Find these questions.
I'm giving you a hint just so you know.
Thank you.
Is that a grunt?
People with type 2 diabetes are
Before you said
about
thank
the
you?
potential of
No.
once-monthly
No.
Ozempic.
Sounded like there was a grunt in there.
A
Maybe.
majority of adults lowered their blood sugar and reached
Now,
an
Farrell
A1C
leads it
of
off.
less than 7 and maintained it.
Wilson Ramos feels like he can
In the
play
same
tomorrow.
one-year study, adults lost on average up to 12 pounds.
That's the hope anyway. Still bothered by that sore wrist.
Ozempic does not increase the risk of major cardiovascular events like heart attack, stroke, or death. Ozempic should not be the first medicine for treating.
He is probably unavailable today to pinch hit, although it's not out of the realm of possibility they use him. But he was not available last night, as we found out. There was a thought that he could bat for Bohr, with the lefty coming in the 9th inning.
Stop taking those
1-1 pitch to Alfaro. Swing and a miss, 1-2.
Severe stomach pain, itching, rash, or trouble breathing. Serious side effects including pancreatitis. Tell your doctor if you have diabetic retinopathy or vision changes. Taking Ozempic with a sulfonylurea or insulin may increase the risk for low blood sugar. Common side effects are nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, stomach pain, and constipation.
Ball was about 3 feet in front of home plate. That little dot down there right in front of it.
Spencer Keyboom doing the catching today. Scherzer on the mound.
If Ozempic is right for you.
I was concerned about my parents' safety, but then I discovered American Standard walk-in tubs. Who knew the solution would be so safe, beautiful, and so affordable? And American Standard has been the leader.
Swing and a miss. 4 strikeouts for Scherzer. 238 now for him on the season.
I've never heard of that.
MLB At Bat is your #1 Philadelphia Phillies app. Customize your experience to catch every moment this season. Get Phillies home screen icons and features such as the MLB.TV Game of the Day, pitch tracking, in-game highlights, live radio broadcasts, stats, news, and more. Download MLB At Bat today. Noah takes a strike. So Scherzer has 238 strikeouts. It's his 4th year. Having at least, he's trying to get to 250 strikeouts for the 5th consecutive year. If he does that, he would move past Ferguson Jenkins and Pedro Martinez into 2nd place for the most 250 or more consecutive years of strikeouts. Randy Johnson has 6 straight. He has the record. The 5th strikeout as Noah goes down looking. All right, Aaron can get him back next time.
I think he has a good chance of getting there.
So there we go. Most consecutive 250-plus strikeout seasons. Scherzer currently has 4. But this year, he has 239. So he's 11 away from reaching it again. And he's going to join Randy Johnson as the 1-2 punch on that list. Honestly, in this day and age, the fact that he's reached that number 5 straight times, I think it says a lot. Just pitchers don't throw the innings that they used to, and they don't, because of that, don't have the strikeout totals that they used to. They just don't.
Max definitely does have a longer leash.
Here's the 1-1 to Cesar. Change up and 22.
Hundreds of people gathered last night at the University of Iowa to remember Molly Tibbetts. Her body, as you know, was found earlier this week in a cornfield not far from her home. The vigil came just hours after a judge ordered her accused killer to be held on $5 million bond. We go live now to that Finn in Brooklyn, Iowa, Molly's hometown.
Harris, the manager of the farm where Rivera was, now says he is shocked and that Rivera was a dependable employee and that nobody saw any difference in Rivera's actions after Tippett's family.
That was the first cutter of the day.
From the start, the lead investigative agency in this case said that Rivera has been in this country illegally for 5 to 7 years. And then federal immigration officials expanded beyond that, telling Fox News that Rivera never submitted a DACA request and that there's no record he has any immigration status.
Foul ball, it remains 3-2.
Rivera's attorney claims that somehow Rivera is in this country legally. We are working to obtain any documentation that might confirm that. We have some video to show you of the location where police say Rivera placed Molly's body. It's about 13 miles from her hometown in Brooklyn, Iowa. It appears Rivera walked
if you
about
can't get up
60
for a
feet
pennant
down
race at the end of August and September, you probably should play something else. You probably should play
Molly's body into the very mature and thick
a different
cornfield
sport.
and hit it.
Check yourself at the door.
Investigators say Rivera could face even
There
more
have been some
charges
questions that the
if
Phillies may be weary
is discovered.
at
Right
this
now,
point.
Chris
Well,
Rivera
Reese
is
was
being
out
held on
doing
$5 million
sprints
bond.
earlier today.
You're talking about that farm where he works, and I'm curious how they vetted the suspect.
And he was doing it for about 20 minutes.
And stayed in the
out in left
United States
field.
legally under their employ. How did it go? I know he used some fake documents.
They say
We're
that
talking
he
about
is
a young man who is evolving, continues to evolve as the mouthpiece and the vocal leader. This guy right here.
We didn't use that. We used some type of Social Security confirmation, but apparently there was some type of error there. And now those owners are saying,
1 ball, no strikes to Hoskins, who is 1 for 10 in the series.
An immigration law that needs to identify the people that are here, identify where they live, what the work is, and these people have to live.
The line drive left field, Soto going over, and he makes the catch on the glove.
System we need not only for agriculture,
The inning is over. Could have given the Phils a 1-run lead if it got by him. No runs, no hits, 1 man left. So we'll head to the bottom of the 3rd.
Matt Finn, thank you very much, reporting live from Iowa. Attorney General Jeff Sessions at the White House for a prison reform meeting right now. That's got to be interesting. The president is also in that meeting. All of this after Sessions hit back at the president's criticism. Stay close.
Pat Boone here again. Just about all of us know somebody that struggles with pain that comes from aging, exercise, and other everyday activities. And this is why I'm asking you to consider Relief Factor. They have a 3-week quick start discounted now to only $19.95, so you can easily and inexpensively see for yourself if the 100% drug-free Relief Factor can help you, like it's helped me and my wife and thousands of others.
I first heard about Relief Factor on a television show, and I was skeptical at first, but because of the pain that I was having when I would substitute teach and have to climb stairs because I'd get assigned on the 2nd floor classroom. And after about 3 weeks, the pain was gone and I was able to climb the stairs. I'm really happy. It makes me feel like I'm young again.
Let's see if we can get you out of pain too. Simply call the number on your screen or go to relieffactor.com.
Your insurance rates skyrocket after a scratch so small you could fix it with a pen. How about using that pen to sign up for new insurance instead?
Phillies baseball is brought to you by Nissan. Shop ChooseNissan.com.
You could save $782 on home and auto.
No score on a beautiful day here in Washington, D.C. We hope you're enjoying Phillies baseball wherever it is you are.
Liberty Mutual Insurance.
Our GMC Precision play just took place. Reese hit this ball hard.
He does hit it hard, and like you mentioned in the break, Tom, his jump, Soto's first initial jump, this is a better play than you think.
Did you know that a dirty
as your GMC Precision play of the day? I thought it was a good play, though.
What could be growing in your mask and hose?
Oh, you were talking about the masses. It's a better play than you think. I thought you meant me.
Not you in particular.
You in general. Here's Keyboom, and he hits one down the left field line. That'll drop for a base hit. They'll get the second on it. Second hit for the Nationals. 5th double for Keyboom. And now Scherzer's coming up.
Somehow keeps this ball fair.
Sanitized and ready to use.
Rolls to the fence and left.
Risk-free for 30 days. This is a limited time offer. Call now.
Now, Scherzer's a good hitter. I would think that he's there to bunt Kieboom over to third. Now, the one reason he may not be is that Kieboom's not fast. But still, one run could win the game.
I found zipper.
I mean, to get a guy over third with less than 2 outs,
I post my job.
I would think is the objective.
And they send me the right people. It's their technology.
Corners pinch in, Scherzer squares. And he bunts it back toward the mound. Sacrifices successful.
ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. Try it for free today.
You got a blowout.
I was looking for somebody who wanted to find a lot of.
He's going to have to change his drawers, Kieboom. Nice bunt there by Scherzer.
I found
Nah, he's a catcher. He'll probably keep him on all day.
Don't make the material the way they used to.
It's a good secondary lead there by Kieboom. He knows he's not the fleetest of foot. He has to get that good secondary. He's in the third base easily.
That's a big tear.
Sure is.
All right, so now the infield is in with the runner at third and 1 out. A breaking ball, just a bit outside.
Two senators on the left will be in the judge next hour. We'll bring you those meetings as soon as we have them. Plus, we're live in Hawaii, which will get record rainfall from a hurricane already slamming the islands. And is it too late to stop adversaries like Russia and Iran from meddling in the November elections? Analysis of 2 major incidents this week at the top of the hour. Let's get
Got a left field line out of play.
It's happening right now inside the White House. Attorney General Jeff Sessions right now there for a prison reform meeting. And this hour you have seen an interesting response from that man to the president. The president also in that meeting after Sessions hit back a few minutes ago at the president's criticism that he never took control.
One ball and 1 strike to Eaton, who struck out his first time up.
Released a statement prior to this meeting saying he took control of the department the day he was sworn in. Let's bring in the power panel. Alex Tony, former communications director for Senator Marco Rubio, and partner at Firehouse Strategies, Juan Williams, Fox News senior political analyst, and co-host of The Five. Great to have you both for this breaking news. And these men are in a room right now, Alex, together.
Fastball, and it's 1-2.
Because you have people like Senator Lindsey Graham saying he expects Sessions to
There must be some deception in his fastball. They've taken a lot of them for strikes today.
Looks like they're looking for something else. But when you have that ability to throw all 3 pitches for strikes in any count, you're going to get a lot of that.
And Senate Republicans respect and like the Attorney General. If the president would fire him, the response from the Senate would be explosive. The Senate Republicans would be really, really angry about that.
And fouled away as he stays alive.
A new Attorney General. I think Rod Rosenstein will become the acting Attorney General for the foreseeable future.
Well, and Senator Mike Brown was just on
With the short lead that Kieboom has at third base, it would lead me to believe that he is not going on contact.
Don't do anything like that. You made the right decision.
Does it surprise you, or is it because of his speed you don't think he's
because of his speed? Yes.
Right. So
I mean, he is barely off the bag.
Listening to Alex, listening to Senator Rand,
you only take as much as a third baseman is going to give you, but
is that
he's very
strikes
short.
me that Republicans don't want the president
He's alive
to
again.
do this.
He
So
does.
even people
These are
who
some
on his side, who
awkward
think that he is
acts
going
here
to
by
be the
Eaton.
president, are trying to caution him, slow him down at this moment.
So when the president says, even my enemies tell me that you should have told me, Jeff
He
Sessions.
swung really late.
I mean, that is the epitome of an emergency hack.
How does that play in now, Alex?
Ricky Henderson was still the best at that. The best.
Tweets and statements back and forth.
Stayed alive and
Staying alive. That ball being the catcher's mitt, he'd somehow find a way to foul it off.
Some senators saying, yeah, this could go down.
Ricky being Ricky.
Yeah, look, we've reached the point of no return in this investigation.
Swing and a miss. He got it with a curveball.
Cannot shut it down. If he was going to shut it down,
Well, that's 5 strikeouts for Nola. Second time he's gotten Eaton.
I think we're at the point now where
Almost as if Eaton was trying to start early with that fastball.
Attacking the investigators and do everything he can to bring it in for conclusion. Recognizing that the more he tries to inhibit the investigation.
Well, now the Phillies can play the infield back. Now, Turner did bunt his way on his last time.
They were going to be together, Jeff Sessions. The president knew that they were
Michael's even with the third base bag.
Juan?
Right, he's been beating up on Sessions. He's been tweeting last week. He had
So he puts up a statement right before he's in the place where the president is. That is bold. Is it bold enough to say a day?
Fly ball to center field. Odubel will run it in.
Well, I think he wants to have Sessions.
Turner swings at the first pitch. The Nationals lead one over a third. We'll head to the fourth. Still no score.
President Trump has surprised me many times. But I will say this: it looks and smells like, historically, if you get rid of Sessions, you don't want Rosenstein in the job.
Why not? Exactly right. Well, because Rosenstein is the one that is managing the investigation right now. Yeah. So it does nothing to slow down the investigation. It just causes a huge political storm in Congress, and it puts the president in an even worse position.
All right. Lindsey Graham just talked on camera. I'll tell you what he said. Stay close.
So I think we're going with the family van.
A family van? Was that her choice?
Oh, man, that was my choice. This thing's got reclining seats, DVD player. It's got a built-in vacuum cleaner. You ever seen my kid eat crackers?
Yeah. See that? See how that works? Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you just gotta go straight for the source.
Car loans, fast. From Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission.
Breakfast wants you back. Try new Just Crack an Egg, packed with diced potatoes, veggies, meat, and cheese. Just add a fresh egg for a hot scramble in less than 2 minutes to get those warm, fuzzy feelings again. Take breakfast back. Find it in the egg aisle.
The first survivor of Alzheimer's disease is out there. And the Alzheimer's Association is going to make it happen. But we won't get there without you. Join the fight with the Alzheimer's Association.
I'm Chris, and I lost 120 pounds on Nutrisystem.
Today's Coors Light refreshing finish. These two guys are doing already, Scherzer and Aaronola.
They sure are. They have it all working today. Breaking balls, fastballs, changeups, cutters, sliders. Just a joy to watch. See if the Fighting Phillies can get a couple runs here. Coors Light, refreshing finish.
Well, today it's Nola against Scherzer. Each has 5 strikeouts. Scherzer's allowed 2 walks. Nola's allowed 2 hits. Jacob deGrom, meanwhile, is allowed a run. In his outing today, he's pitching against the Giants. Here's Nick Williams, and he takes outside. It's 1-0. Still plenty of time left to decide who the Cy Young Award winner will be. Scherzer's won 3 overall, 2 straight. As Williams rolls this